Hello folks, this is Kid Malek from Malek and Malek. I'm going to be talking about something briefly in this video. It's going to be a quick video. This is kind of in response to an issue that has come up in the past and actually came up at this hearing this past week. And so it's in regards to when are you entitled to temporarily total disability and when are you not. And in this specific situation, again, I'm going to be talking about the Medco-14. And there's multiple videos, I believe, I've created talking about the Medco-14, what is the Medco-14, etc. Medco-14 is the tool or is the document filled out by your doctor certifying you TT that is temporarily totally disabled. So there's two options. You go to your doctor, and your doctor can either say, well, your doctor, there's three options. Not disabled, and you won't fill out a Medco-14, or two, your doctor could say you're temporarily and totally disabled. Okay, so that means you are temporarily, and please bear with me as I write this, temporarily totally disabled means you're, for a temporary period of time, you are totally disabled. You cannot do the type of work that you did before you were injured. So, and for this temporary period of time, you cannot do it at all. So you're completely off work. That's one option. Then you'd be entitled to TTD comp. Alternatively, you could be returned to work with restrictions. Okay, and this is the issue that came up at the hearing. So if you're temporarily totally disabled, that's simple. But if you return to work with restrictions, what ends up happen is if your employer gives you a light-duty written job offer, it's going to be a document, and it has to be within the job offer has to be within the type of tasks have to fall within the type of things you do in regards to your Medco-14. So if your Medco-14 says you can't lift above 5 pounds, and the light-duty job offer, says you're going to be carrying, 20-pound pallets back and forth. Okay, well that wouldn't be a light-duty job offer, which you could do. But if it's within your restrictions, you must take the light-duty written job offer. So if you don't take the light-duty written job offer, then you're not going to get TT. You're not entitled to temporary total disability. You're not going to get temporary total disability. Now, the other issue, and this came up, was this person had a light duty written job offer, light duty written job offer, LD, WJO, whatever. And so they went back to work, this individual, and they had a light duty written job offer, is in writing, and they went back to work, and they tried to do what was in the light duty written job offer, and we'll assume for the sake that it was legitimate, it was within their restrictions. That person went back to worked for a day, and they're like, I just can't do it, and they subsequently stopped coming into work. They said, hey, I can't work, I'm in pain. The problem in that situation is they didn't go to their doctor, and their doctor did not take them off. So the correct thing to do would have been to say, doc, you've given me these restrictions. I've tried to work within these restrictions. Because of the pain and discomfort and the limitations of my work injury, I can't do it. Could you please take me off work? And the doctor will evaluate you, and if they feel it's reasonable, they'll take you off. If not, they won't. But if it's legitimate, they may take you off. If they take you off, you give that to your employer and say, hey, now your doctor has certified you TTD, or they modify your restrictions to be more appropriately reflect what you can or cannot do. But in that case, if your doctor takes you off, then you're entitled to TTD. In this case, this person just unilaterally, without going to their doctor, did not get certified TTD. So the question is, and legally in this situation, is likely this person is not going to get TT, because again, if you are returned to work within restrictions according to your Medco-14, and you and you get in a light duty written job offer, and you don't go back to work, and your doctor doesn't certify you TT, then you are not entitled to temporary total disability compensation. So if you stay off work, if you're not working because of the pain and discomfort and limitations of your back, it doesn't matter. Okay, you could go to a hearing and you could say, Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, hearing officer, I tried to go back to work, for a day or so, and I couldn't do it. And they're going to say, where's the Medco-14 that took you off work? And they're going to, well, there isn't one. You're kind of out of luck. Even if you've been out of work for a month or two, if you don't have that certification in the Medco-14, then you're not getting any compensation. So it's super important. And the thing is, at this time, this individual was not represented by an attorney. They would know this, and it's kind of one of those things where if you don't know the rules of the system, it can really, really hurt you. And that's why I always say at the end of these videos, if you have a simple work injury that you're hurt barely or a little bit, and you're fine after a day or two or a week, don't get an attorney. If you don't want to, that's fine. That'd be a reasonable thing to do, because you're not really that hurt significantly, and it's not that problematical. But once it gets a bit more complicated, unless you've gone through this process before and you're very savvy, I highly recommend you get an attorney, whether it's at Malek and Malek or any of the other attorneys throughout Columbus and/or the state of Ohio. The Ohio workers' compensation system is complicated enough that you're going to need an attorney. Get it. If you don't, you're going to suffer the consequences, as this individual did. Likely he was off work for X number of months, likely not going to get compensation for that time. Possible, but unlikely in this particular situation. And why? Because he didn't know the rules. Alright, thank you for listening to this video. Hopefully it helped you or provided some direction or some clear things up a bit. But again, always, if it's a bit more complicated, get an attorney. It's going to pay dividends. It's going to make your life easier. Alright, and have a nice day, and I'll hopefully see you later. Alright, bye. Thank you.